Okay, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be looking at this problem here, which asks us to find the value of the expression cube root of 9 plus square root of 80 plus the cube root of 9 minus the square root of 80. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set this equal to x and cube both sides. This is going to take a second, but bear with me here. We're going to do a little bit of work to actually factor out all of this. So x cubed equals the cube root of 9 plus root 80 squared plus cube root of 9 plus square root of 80 times 9 minus square root of 80 plus cube root of 9 minus root 80 squared, and then, yeah, did that a bit out of order, but it's fine, and plus the cube root, again, of 9 plus root 80, 9 minus root 80, and then finally, a cube root 9 plus square root 80 plus cube root 9 minus square root 80. Not a lot of room here. All right, now simplify this a bit before we finish it up. So x cubed equals the cube root of 9 plus root 80 squared plus, and we can see here that this is actually just going to be, this part is going to be 81 minus 80, which is just 1. So this is actually going to be, since we have 2 of these, this is actually just going to be 2 plus the cube root, the other term, 9 minus root 80 squared. Okay, and that's as much as we can simplify this first part. So now we just have to finish it up by multiplying with this part. Root 80 plus cube root 9 minus square root of 80. Okay, so now we just have to multiply. It's going to be 9 plus root 80. Oops. Okay. And then the plus the cube root 9 plus root 80 squared, 9 minus root 80, plus 2 times cube root 9 plus root 80 plus cube root 9 minus root 80 plus 9, or cube root 9 minus root 80 squared, 9 plus root 80 plus one last cube root, which is going to be the cube root, well, not even a cube root, it's going to be plus one last thing, which is 9 minus root 80. Okay, so there's a few things that we can cancel out here. Start by combining the two 9s to 18. We can cancel out the 2 root 80s. Now here we have these two terms. And this is actually just going to be, since 9 plus root 80 times 9 minus root 80 is just 1, we're basically just left with 9 plus root 80. So 18 plus cube root 9 plus root 80 plus cube root, let me do the same with the other ones, so cube root 9 minus root 80, and then plus 2 times the cube root of 9 plus root 80 plus cube root 9 minus root 80. We can see that this is actually just the same as this, so it's actually, and fact, this and this are actually both just equal to x. So we can even do x cubed equals 18 plus 3x. And this is our simplified. And using this, we can just find the value of x. So x cubed minus 3x minus 18 equals 0. From here, we can just test really any factors of 18 to see if they can solve this equation. And I mean, one that immediately pops out is going to be x equals 3, which if we test, it's going to be 27 minus 9 minus 18, which does equal 0. So now we can divide the cubic by x minus 3 to see if we can find any more real roots. So we can write x cubed minus 3x minus 18 divided by x minus 3. We do an x squared, x cubed minus 3x squared, 3x squared minus 3x. We throw in a 3x. So 3x squared minus 9x. Subtract again. Then we get 6x minus 18. So positive 6. And then that leaves us with the remainder of 0. Now we use the quadratic formula to see if there are any more roots to this equation here. So negative 3 plus or minus square root of 9 minus 24 over 2. And since 9 minus 24 is negative, that means we won't have any more real roots. So our solution is the cube root, 9 plus square root of 80, plus the cube root of 9 minus square root of 80 is equal to 3. And that's our answer.